Right, Zimbabwe, welcome back pamzinda wevanhu. Muneni wenyu Super Nexus. Right, so tikutaura about Makakatanwa ari kuitika right now mukati meSADC. So reportedly panews desk there has been a SADC meeting. SADC meeting inge ichitaura about Mnangagwa and his cab 3. So Zimbabwe, first of all, we've reported pano pamzinda wevanhu in one of our platforms tichitaura isusu kuti SADC has made a move to stop cap 3 to remove Mnangagwa within a couple of days. So this report yatiri kuudzai panapa is part of that information, or it's adding more information to information yatambokuudzai before. For those ones vanzwa that information, for those ones who haven't, this is totally new information. So Zimbabwe, Mnangagwa is not operating in a vacuum. He is not the first leader to try and seek to extend his own term in office. PaZambia pa next door up zvakatomboitika pa during utongi kana kuti utungamiriri hwevanhu vakaita sana Thabo Mbeki muSouth Africa, when vanhu vakaita sana Festus Mogae Botswana, and when it happened paZambia pa gange pane mufesi waifunga kuextenda his term in office, and then the SADC region sat down, made decisions, and then vaongorora pakati pavo kuti who is the most cleanest president amongst us. Ndobva vaona kuti president ari cleanest amongst us ndokuBotswana. Ndobva vatumira the president wekuBotswana kunotaura napresident wekuZambia kuti wangu, drop this constitutional amendment thing, drop this whole idea of extending your own term in office. And then President Zambia during that time agreed to these things and dropped his ambitions. Right, Zimbabwe. Right now muna 2026, tiri muna June, takupinda muna July. Tine munhu anonzi Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa muZimbabwe, who has been approached by our neighboring countries' presidents. Vanosanganisira vana Cyril Ramaphosa. They came kunana pre-cap farm, and a lot of people said a lot of things. A lot of people couldn't understand kuti SADC is a real living board, and SADC has got laws, rules, and atinotisusuma ideals, things that they wish were true in every African country or in every SADC country. And so Ramaphosa, when he came into Zimbabwe, he was talking about these ideals. He was talking about these political realities. Ramaphosa waiyambira Mnangagwa kuti wangu, cool down, hold it down. People don't want this. The military don't want this. And this is going to cause problems, real problems for you and for Zimbabweans. If you succeed, this is going to be a big problem for ordinary Zimbabweans, because surely the international community will keep isolating Zimbabwe. Wait. Zimbabwe, I want to talk about this, about the Zimbabwean problem, and tell you that the Zimbabwean problem is not just a local problem, an individual country's problem. The Zimbabwean problem is caused by the international community who refuse to accept Zimbabwe as one of them. You understand? So we have countries like the United States of America, which is the biggest economy in the world, which is a country that rules or runs the world, bigger than Mnangagwa, bigger than everybody else. And these guys got principles, democratic principles that they follow. President Trump noise, he is only there because the people voted for him, the people agreed with him. And by the time people changes, people say no to Trump, Donald. Do you understand that part? Regardless of whatever he is saying, radical, superiority, superior, or whatever, that guy is going to be removed from the office, from power. regardless of how extreme he is. And that is a very important detail. Kana ndichiudza maZimbabweans news kuti Trump is going to be removed at any time by the people, ordinary people. Vanhu vari manurses, madoctors, mateachers, vanhu vari mastreet, as long as they go and vote. Right. Zvakamira zvakadero. Zvazvinoreva muri Zimbabwe ndezvekudai so. Ndezvekuti at no given time will Americans ever listen to any dictator from any part of the world. And if ordinary Americans, right, America, this is very important. United States of America is a very important country in the world because this country has got more than 360 million people, total population, more than 360 million people. Right, Nigeria in around 160, in a more than 160 million, but America in a 360, more than 360 million people. America, more than 360 Americans, more than 360 million Americans. And so these people, they are free to choose their president, to choose the member of parliament, to choose whoever. They fully have their dignity. And these more than 360 million Americans, they own also all of the American weapons, including my nuclear weapons, and all of the superiority yet not is possessed by the American military. So every individual, every American feels dignified, feels respected, feels whatever, because they control this biggest world army. Do you understand that part? So, right now, when you understand that part, you understand this second part. The second part is that Honai, Makakatanwa SADC Nekuda kwa Mnangagwa hakonzeresa ma problems and Honai. So, presidents, people who become presidents, they are actually real powerful people who become influential, possess, own, and control a lot of resources. So Mnangagwa, when he comes to us, ordinary Zimbabweans, he tries to portray himself as if he's a superior human being for rising above all of us, ordinary Zimbabweans. But then when we judge Mnangagwa based on the regional level, we are talking about SADC. He becomes an ordinary guy because we have people who actually possesses more power, more influence than him, like Vana Ramaphosa, running the government of South Africa. But he remain democratic, remain respectful to the ordinary South African. Why is it that Munom Zimbabwe Mnangagwa doesn't remain respectful to the ordinary Zimbabwean? It's because he's disrespectful, he's stupid, he's nonsensical, he thinks he's superior, he's an idiot, he's all of these things. We don't want to curse the president, we don't want to, all of this, but when you really put the numbers together, facts together, you realize that, Professor Mnangagwa is stealing people's rights, millions of people's rights away from them. How can you call that guy great, respectful? He's not respectful. He's nonsensical. He's a child running wild. This have to be stopped. Misai munu. Wakumana. Misai munu. You cannot run wild in a country in a one more than 15 million. You cannot run wild and survive. We will stop you, we will confine you, we will put you into a box, into a corner, into a jail cell. Tokuisa mujere. Boss urukupenga. You are malfunctioning. Ndo chinhu chatiri kuti Mnangagwa netuvanhu twakamsaraunda varatungwarira vanotagure etc vari kupenga pasi navo muri Zimbabwe. Don't be fooled. Pasi nezvigananda, pasi to the flesh. Zimbabwe must be free, fair. Zimbabwe must be democratic. Zimbabwe must be for everybody, no matter what. So, we come to the end of this news report. Thank you for watching. Peace. Stay blessed. Peace. Ndini wenyu super Nexus.